Chosen one, you are not here by accident. You have been divinely summoned into this moment, drawn by a pull in your spirit that heaven itself ordained. The Father has aligned your steps with perfect timing, because what you are standing in right now is not ordinary. This is a supernatural intersection, a prophetic appointment, a moment when the veil between realms thins and revelation begins to speak. Anointed one, the Spirit of God has stirred your heart to click on this message because you are approaching the threshold of a divine wealth transfer, a supernatural financial breakthrough that has been building in the unseen long before you ever sensed it. Heaven is leaning toward you. The kingdom is whispering your name. Just as Isaiah 45:3 declares that God gives treasures hidden in darkness and riches stored in secret places, the Lord is preparing to reveal something that has been kept aside specifically for you. Your spirit can feel it, the shift, the urgency, the quiet confirmation that this is not coincidence but destiny unfolding. Chosen one, take a deep breath. Still your heart. You are stepping into a sacred moment where heaven speaks, truth rises, and the power of God begins to move through your life with intention and unmistakable clarity. Chosen one, lean in now, because what I am about to tell you is not coming from coincidence, imagination, or random thought. This is a moment of divine interruption, the kind of moment when heaven steps into the flow of your day, taps your spirit, and says, "Pay attention, anointed one. This concerns your destiny." I feel this strongly as I speak. You are standing in a place where two realms are brushing against each other. What is unfolding in your life is not simply emotional tension, confusion, or a string of strange events. No, this is spiritual alignment, holy exposure, and supernatural preparation happening all at once. Heaven is urgently reaching for you because something concerning your mother has begun to shift in the unseen. There is a stirring around her spirit, around her memories, around her past choices, and those shifts are connected to the breakthrough God is trying to bring into your life. Chosen one, this is not about judgment or blame. This is about understanding. This is about clarity. This is about heaven clearing the debris from your path so you can finally step into the financial elevation, spiritual promotion, and divine wealth transfer that has been held in the heavenlies with your name on it. I know what it feels like when God starts exposing truth around someone you love. It's unsettling, it's emotional. You don't want to see certain things, and you don't want to believe certain patterns existed. I remember when God started revealing hidden things about someone in my own family, things I never imagined, things I didn't want to confront. For a moment, I felt betrayed by the truth itself. But what I didn't realize in that moment was that God wasn't trying to wound me. He was trying to unblock me. He was trying to free me from generational patterns that had quietly followed my life like a shadow I could never name. Chosen one, that's what's happening to you now. This is why you've been feeling so many internal shifts. This is why conversations with your mother have felt different, heavier, or strangely emotional. This is why old memories have resurfaced without warning. It's because heaven is guiding you into revelation, not to tear apart your relationship with her, but to heal what the enemy has tried to bury for years. Some of what your mother carried, she carried alone. Some of what she faced, she never had the strength or language to express. And some of what touched her life spiritually was never hers to carry in the first place. The Father sees all of it, and now He is turning His face toward you because your season is shifting. The chains tied to her past can no longer remain tied to your future. The emotional patterns she lived through cannot be allowed to echo into the destiny God has prepared for you. The spiritual pressures that touched her life must break before they contaminate the blessings heaven is trying to release over yours. Anointed one, hear me by the Spirit. This unveiling is not an attack, it is an unlocking. It is not a disruption, it is a divine repositioning. Because what God is preparing to place in your hands requires clarity, stability, and spiritual freedom. There is a financial breakthrough forming around you, a supernatural transfer of resources, opportunities, and favor. But heaven cannot deliver a blessing into a foundation that still carries quiet cracks. So God, in His mercy, is revealing what was hidden. He is exposing what was buried, not to embarrass your mother, but to heal your lineage and secure your future. This is only the beginning, chosen one. In the next part, we will go deeper into what heaven is trying to show you and why this timing is so divine. Chosen one, as we move deeper into this revelation, I need you to stay open, steady, and spiritually attentive, because what heaven is unfolding now carries weight, timing, and purpose that reaches far beyond emotion. There is a reason your heart feels stirred, why your breath shifts slightly as you listen, why something in your spirit whispers, "This is for me." That sensation is not anxiety or imagination, it is recognition. It is your inner being responding to truth that has been waiting for the maturity of this moment. Heaven never reveals a thing prematurely. God waits until the chosen one is strong enough, stable enough, and rooted enough to receive what He could not show you before. And now, He is showing you the truth about your mother, because your spirit is ready and your destiny requires it. Anointed one, your mother carries layers of experiences she has never spoken, weights she has never explained, and spiritual shadows she never understood. She survived things long before you were aware enough to recognize the cost of her silence. Some of her decisions came from confusion, some from brokenness, some from emotional exhaustion, and some from spiritual influences that pressed on her without her consent or understanding. Heaven is not revealing these things to shame her. It is revealing them to prepare you. Because what shaped her world attempted to shape yours. What surrounded her heart tried to circle yours. What touched her path attempted to echo into your journey without you realizing it. And God is interrupting the echo. Chosen one, this is why certain emotions rise in you without explanation. This is why some days you feel a heaviness that doesn't match your circumstances, or why unresolved memories from childhood resurface at random moments. It is not random. It is spiritual residue trying to release itself from your bloodstream. It is heaven pushing truth to the surface, so what once clung to your lineage can finally break off. I have lived this myself. I remember when God began to expose hidden emotional patterns in my own family, moments that suddenly made sense, memories that clicked into place, reactions I inherited without understanding where they came from. At first, I resisted the revelation. I didn't want to see what was beneath the surface. But once I allowed God to show me, I realized something powerful. The breakthrough I was praying for could not come until the blindfolds were removed. I needed clarity, not comfort. I needed truth, not avoidance. And that is exactly where you stand today. Anointed one, the reason heaven is revealing these spiritual dynamics around your mother is because you are stepping into a divine elevation, not only emotionally or spiritually, but financially and purposefully. There is a supernatural promotion forming around your life, a divine wealth transfer with your name written into the blueprint, and the enemy has been using the unhealed parts of your bloodline as legal grounds to delay what belongs to you. Heaven cannot pour a new blessing into a foundation still carrying cracks from old wounds. So God, in His mercy, is bringing everything into the light. This pressure around your mother, the misunderstandings, the emotional friction, the moments that feel strangely intense, is not a breakdown. It is a breaking open. It is heaven loosening generational knots, exposing emotional agreements made in silence, and pulling up spiritual roots that grew in darkness. Your mother is not the enemy. She is the vessel through whom both blessing and battle passed. And you, chosen one, are the one God has appointed to stop what has repeated and to begin what has never existed before. As truth continues to rise, clarity will replace confusion, and you will begin to see how every piece connects to your destiny. Chosen one. As we continue, I need you to understand something profoundly important. What is unfolding around your mother is not an isolated situation. It is part of a larger spiritual assignment concerning your destiny, your calling, and the divine elevation that heaven is positioning you for. The reason you feel this strange mixture of heaviness and clarity, concern and awakening, sorrow and strength, is because your spirit is stepping into alignment with truth. And truth, anointed one, is rarely gentle when it first arrives. It shakes what was stable, it reveals what was hidden, and it awakens what has been asleep inside you for years. Your mother stands at the center of this revelation because her story holds keys to your spiritual formation. She taught you resilience. She molded your early view of life. She poured into you in ways she never received for herself. And she carried silent battles that seeped into the atmosphere of your home without you ever knowing the full extent. Some of the emotional reflexes you struggle with today, the sudden fear of losing people, the protective caution around relationships, the need to stay strong even when you feel weak, were born out of watching her survive without understanding what survival cost her. None of this was her fault. She gave you the best she could with what she had. But what she had was shaped by wounds she never had the tools to heal. Chosen one. This is where heaven steps in with purpose. You are not being shown these things so you can judge her. You are being shown these things so you can break what she could not break, heal what she could not heal, and rise where she could only endure. Her ceiling becomes your floor. Her battles become your training ground. Her struggles become your wisdom. And the spiritual patterns that pressed against her life stop with you, because you are the one chosen to interrupt the cycle. But here is what heaven needs you to grasp. The patterns in your mother's life did not remain confined to her. Pain has a voice even when it's never spoken. Trauma travels silently through generations. Fear can be inherited the same way eye color can, and spiritual oppression, if left unchallenged, attempts to anchor itself to the next available vessel. That's why you've been experiencing moments that feel strangely familiar, emotions that don't match your life, dreams that feel ancient, reactions that seem too intense for the situation. These are not random. You are feeling the residual weight of battles your mother never voiced. And yet, anointed one, you are not just feeling them, you are overcoming them. This is why heaven is speaking with urgency now. God does not bring exposure unless elevation is near. The truth coming to the surface is a sign that something in your destiny is about to shift drastically. You are on the edge of a supernatural lifting, a divine financial breakthrough that requires your lineage to be spiritually cleansed, so nothing can sabotage what God is placing in your hands. Heaven is preparing to trust you with more opportunity, more responsibility, more influence, more abundance. And in order for you to carry that blessing well, nothing hidden can remain attached to you. I've walked through this myself. There were moments when God exposed painful truths about people I loved, and I wondered why the revelation had to hurt before it healed. But later, I understood. The things that God uncovers are the very things the enemy uses to restrict destiny. And if God reveals it, it is because he has already appointed you to rise above it. Chosen one, you are not being burdened, you are being prepared. You are not being shaken, you are being strengthened. You are not being overwhelmed, you are being awakened. Heaven is aligning your eyes, your heart, and your spirit to see beyond the surface, so you can finally step into the breakthrough that has hovered over your life for years, waiting for this exact moment of clarity. Chosen one, as we move into this next layer of the revelation, you must understand that heaven is not only exposing what has been hidden, heaven is also positioning you for what is coming. And what is coming is not small, not ordinary, not something your past experiences could have prepared you for. You are being ushered into a realm of spiritual authority, emotional clarity, and divine overflow that will require a new version of you. This is why the process feels so intense. This is why the atmosphere around your mother has shifted. This is why your spirit feels stretched, tested, and pulled. You're not being attacked, you're being transformed. Chosen one, your mother's life has been a battleground for years, long before you understood spiritual warfare, long before you recognized patterns, long before you could discern the difference between emotional conflict and spiritual interference. She navigated storms in silence. She faced spiritual pressure without language for it. She encountered manipulative voices disguised as kindness, agreements she made without understanding their spiritual weight, and emotional scars she covered with strength because she had no one to help her carry them. You may have thought her distance was personal, her fears irrational, or her reactions unpredictable, but heaven is revealing now that many of her behaviors were reactions to unseen forces pressing against her. And here is the part heaven needs you to receive deeply. You were never meant to inherit her battles. You were never meant to carry her fears. You were never meant to repeat her patterns. The enemy only tried to echo them into your life because he could sense the magnitude of the calling resting on you. But God has stepped in. The exposure happening now is the divine intervention your lineage has needed for generations. Anointed one, heaven is recalibrating your family line through you. You are the turning point. You are the interruption. You are the one chosen to end cycles, heal wounds, and establish a new spiritual trajectory. This is why your discernment has been increasing, why your emotional capacity has expanded, why you suddenly see things with more clarity than before. The Holy Spirit has been sharpening your senses because you are stepping into a mantle that requires vision, not reaction, wisdom, not fear, strength, not survival. And as this spiritual alignment takes place, something extraordinary begins to happen. The blessings that were delayed, the opportunities that were blocked, the resources that were withheld, and the breakthrough that seemed always just out of reach suddenly begin to move toward you. Because when the spiritual atmosphere surrounding your lineage shifts, heaven releases what was previously resisted. The divine wealth transfer you have sensed in your spirit is not separate from this healing, it is the result of it. God is not just fixing what was broken, He is clearing the runway for your elevation. I know what it feels like to reach this kind of turning point. There was a season in my own life when God revealed that certain emotional patterns in my family had silently shaped my decisions, limiting how boldly I could step into my calling. When those patterns broke, when the spiritual atmosphere shifted, doors opened in ways I never imagined. Opportunities emerged without effort. Finances aligned in ways that made no sense in the natural. It wasn't luck, It was the result of heaven removing invisible obstacles I never knew were there. Chosen one, that is what is happening to you now. The unseen barriers tied to your mother's unspoken pain are dissolving. The spiritual residue that clung to your lineage is being washed away. And as those things break, heaven begins releasing what belongs to you. You will see clarity where there was confusion, peace where there was tension, provision where there was lack, and divine guidance where there was emotional noise. Your life is shifting, not backwards, not sideways, but upward. Chosen one, as we enter this final segment of the message, understand that everything heaven has been revealing, every stirring in your spirit, every emotional shift, every moment of clarity about your mother's story has been building toward this point. This is not just revelation. This is activation. This is the moment where the truth you've received begins transforming into the strength you will walk in. And I feel this deeply for you, Anointed One. You are standing at the edge of a spiritual threshold that few in your lineage have ever reached. Your mother's journey shaped you more than you realized. Her strength became your blueprint. Her silence became your awareness. Her wounds became your sensitivity. And now, heaven is turning every one of those elements into a spiritual weapon, preparing you not only to break old patterns but to step into a mantle of authority she never had the opportunity to carry. The very things that were meant to limit you have instead trained you. The emotional tremors you inherited are now becoming discernment. The heaviness you once resented is now turning into compassion. The confusion is becoming clarity. This transformation is the signature of God. He never reveals without purpose, and He never heals without preparing to elevate. Chosen one, your life is entering a season where heaven will require you to walk differently. No more shrinking yourself to protect others. No more dimming your discernment to avoid conflict. No more absorbing spiritual weight that does not belong to you. For too long, you have carried responsibilities that were not assigned to you, simply because you didn't want to see anyone else suffer. But heaven is lifting that burden now. The anointing on your life demands that you step into leadership, not emotional caretaking. You are being positioned as a breaker, a spiritual architect, one who restructures the foundation of your lineage so future generations can stand without shaking. And hear this clearly. Because you are stepping into your mantle, heaven is releasing resources that match your calling. The divine wealth transfer you have been sensing, the financial breakthrough that has pressed against your spirit, the unexpected opportunities that have hovered just beyond reach, all of these are being activated as the spiritual atmosphere around your household shifts. Where there was delay, there will now be acceleration. Where there was resistance, there will now be divine cooperation. Where there was confusion, there will now be unmistakable direction. The blessing was never denied. It was simply waiting for the spiritual clearance that is happening right now. I have walked through this type of transition myself. There was a time when God required me to release emotional burdens that were not mine so He could elevate me into a calling that demanded clarity and strength. When those burdens lifted, favor began to move toward me with a force I had never known. Opportunities aligned quickly. Provision came from unexpected places. What once felt impossible unfolded without struggle. And that same spiritual pattern, that same divine momentum is now forming around you, chosen one. Your mother will also experience the effects of this shift. As heaven breaks chains in your life, healing will begin touching hers. As clarity rises in you, her confusion will begin to lift. As generational cycles collapse, peace will start entering the spaces that once felt heavy. She may never fully understand the depth of what God is doing, but she will feel the atmosphere changing, because the mantle on your life is strong enough to influence not only your future, but the environment you came from. Anointed One. This is the chapter where you step into your rightful place, the carrier of breakthrough, the restorer of your lineage, the one heaven trusts with blessing, with clarity, with abundance, and with spiritual authority. Your journey does not end with revelation. It begins here. What heaven is releasing over you will ripple through generations after you, shaping futures you will never personally witness, but will spiritually author. Chosen One. The door has opened, the atmosphere has shifted, the mantle is resting on you now. Walk forward, heaven is calling your name. Chosen One, as we come to the close of this sacred message, let your heart be still for a moment. Feel the presence of the Almighty settling over you, confirming every truth that has risen in your spirit. You are not leaving this video the same way you entered it. Heaven has touched you, revelation has visited you, and the divine transfer assigned to your life has already begun to move. Anointed One, this is your Kairos moment, your appointed hour, written into the fabric of your destiny long before you took your first breath. What God has unveiled today is not simply information, it is activation. You have been positioned, strengthened, and awakened for the path ahead. The chains that tried to follow your lineage are breaking. The clarity you prayed for is unfolding, and the blessings that were delayed are now accelerating toward you with heaven's full authority. Walk forward with courage. Stand rooted in faith. Stay aligned with the stirrings of the Holy Spirit, for your steps are now guided by divine strategy. What once confused you will become your testimony. What once resisted you will become your confirmation. The hand of God is upon you, and nothing formed against you will stand. Chosen One, if this word resonated in your spirit, you may declare it in the comments with the words, "I receive this divine timing." And if you feel led, you may stay connected by subscribing, so you never miss what heaven is preparing next. Go in peace, go in clarity, and go in power. Your breakthrough is in motion. The Lord is with you.